Liz from the Peacock Homestead here. So I just wanted to share with you that for the months of January and February, I'm going to be doing what is called the Pantry Challenge. And Jessica is hosting that over on the Three Rivers Homestead. She's been doing that for about 7 years now. And it's a challenge, it's a no-spend challenge. So you don't go to the grocery store for 2 months unless you set yourself a little limit for getting dairy products or fresh fruit or veggies. But the rules are you make your own rules. You're just trying to work your way through your pantry and your freezers to make room for the next harvest. So pretty much have fun with it, and I'll be sharing ideas and meals throughout the months of January and February, and just having fun with it and getting creative in the kitchen. I also forgot to add that I will be doing a quick pantry tour and a freezer tour. So, and then we can see what we're working with, and I have to definitely get organized because I won this little pantry tour. And I see that I'm totally unorganized, but that's okay. We're going to get organized and then off to the pantry challenge. So we're going to work our way from the top of my shelves and then go to the bottom, and I'll show you everything that I have working with this year's pantry challenge. So I have some cowboy candy from last year. I have a case of that. And then over here I have some pasta sauce. And let's see what else. I think I have about a case of that back there. And over here I have my cranberry sauce that I canned up recently. So I have a bunch of those. And then on the end of this top shelf, I have some collard greens and some chicken stock. And the next shelf down, I have some jellies. So I have some lilac jelly from this year. And then I have some more lilac jelly. And I believe they're all lilac jellies or some jelly of some sort. This is another jelly that I was bad and I didn't label. Most likely it looks like peach flavor. And then over here we have some corn cob jelly. So it's a little bit waterier than I liked, but it is kind of looking like a nice jelly. If I pop it in the fridge, it'll harden right up. And right here we have some more jellies. I believe this is cowboy candy jelly, so that is super spicy, but it is tasty. And then we have some pear sauce from last year, and it looks like some more cowboy jelly back there. Oh, here are my pickled peppers. These are hot, so those are my jalapeno peppers, and I have them in pickle juice. And back here I have the littler jars of the cowboy candy I just did this year. Next shelf down, I have some more cowboy candy. I have a little lilac jelly right here. And let's see, some peach jam as well. Excuse my dogs, they are very loud sometimes and they like to argue, of course. They're both cattle dogs, so they think that they're both the boss. This one is an experiment I did and it tastes so wonderful. It is a peach pear vanilla orange jelly. It turned out so good. It's one of my last ones, so I'm savoring it. And then I have some pizza sauce. I have a bunch of those. And then over here I have some blueberry jams. This one is tomato jam that I did. I did some of those. Another raspberry, tomato. And this is the cowboy jelly that I made this year. So I made a jelly out of the brine. It is so tasty, and it is super hot too. It's good on crackers and having like it on a cheese platter and whatnot. And then here's a couple more blueberry jams, apple pie filling. That's what that looks like. And I give the rest back here is apple pie filling. And then this is interesting. I made a green tomato pie filling, and I can't wait to show you guys that. I'll do something cool with that. Those are for my green tomatoes, and at the end of the summer, you try to save as much as you can. And then you do many things with green tomatoes. I have a little jar of cranberry sauce, another blueberry jam, and then I have pear butter. That's what that looks like. And then next shelf down. And we have more green tomato pie filling. I have some green salsa from 2023. It looks really good still. I have some baked barbecue beans. So those are what that looks like. And then over here I did a whole bunch of black beans. So I gotta get those eaten up. And don't mind the dust. It comes a lot. Especially with the animals in the house, and I try to keep up, and it's super hard to keep up with. Those are my black beans. And then I have my awesome peach salsa. I only did a few of those because I didn't know if I was going to like them, but we totally love them, and we use those for doing pork roasts. Those are really good. We have tomato plum jam. And over here is peach jelly. Oh, those are really pretty. Oops. Those turned out really good. We have a lunar can of tomato sauce here and some turkey stock. The little ones that couldn't fit anywhere, we just kind of plopped them in its spot. We have a couple little squash left. I have this I purchased at the store. And then we only have two little squash up here left. And then the next shelf down, another shelf here, we have our sauerkraut. So these are all sauerkraut. And then we have some collard greens here. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest are all sauerkraut. And then this is a 12-pack, or let's see, yep, 12 of the chicken, and then we have soup starter with the onions. So I have those there. We have some tomato sauces from this year that I canned. And then a Rogue pumpkin butter. I ran out of little jars, so that'll keep us busy for a while. And then over here I have my green tomato jam. That was super tasty. Very interesting. It tastes like Christmas in a jar, actually. So I have quite a few of those. And then I have a little Rogue peach sauce here. And then almost down to the bottom, very bottom, I have some cans as well. Here I have a little Rogue turkey stock, and then a couple of the pumpkins that I canned, and the rest is tomato sauce. The beautiful peaches that I canned. another little rogue pumpkin. And these are all the mint jellies that I canned. They're really good too, with pork and other things that I have to try just to get them used up. So I had canned chicken feet and my husband totally hated it. So I've just been giving this to the dogs. It looks like a green color because I put some spices in it. Now we have a couple extra empty quart jars that I could use. And then here we have, I believe, I was bad and I didn't label, see? Bad. But I can tell what this is. This is sweet potato. We have another little sweet potato. And I actually have one last quart jar of corn. And then we have a couple cherry tomatoes here. I have to figure something out to do with those. And then all the way, I'll put this away, all the way on the bottom here, on the ground, because they ran out of shelf room, is some salsa that I did this year. And then I did some stewed tomatoes. I canned those up. Those are pretty handy. And then we have some apple butter from last year. Looks pretty good, but we should probably use that up so we can cycle through when I get more apples. And these are the whole milk cans that I canned up recently for my coffee and cooking. It's a low-fat way to use creamer in your coffee and tea. And then off to the next shelf. Okay, now we're gonna do the second shelf, and starting from the top, we got black bean soup, and we got some summer squash. We also have some apple butter here, a whole bunch of those. It's really high, so sorry if I can't see very well. We have some more apple butter. And more apple butter. Next shelf down we have some peach jam. And let's see, peach sauce. The peach jam turned out really good. It's a pretty color and it tastes amazing. Some more peach sauce. And then we have tomato plum jam. This was amazing. I love this jam. We have plenty of it now. Some more apple butter, and don't mind the dust. I guess that comes with cans and them being out on the shelf. Some peach sauce here. And then we have some pear sauce in the back. That's the pear sauce. And over here, I did some peach sauce without any cinnamon. Those separated a little bit, but you give it a shake and it'll be just as good as when you canned it. The next shelf down, we have some plum tomato jam. We have our dill pickles that we did this year. And then we have those beautiful sun-dried tomatoes that I dehydrated. We have salsa from 2023. That needs to get eaten up. And we have some diced tomatoes that need to be eaten up. And over here, we have a whole bunch of turkey and chicken bone broths that I didn't label. Then we have some applesauce, and this is peach apple chutney. That would be good for charcuterie board with cheese and crackers. And the next shelf down is, let's see, pizza sauce from this year. And then the next one over is that, let's see, apple peach chutney. I have more of those. And then we have some chicken stocks. And then over here, let's see. I made a couple of quart jars of green tomato sauce. Those will be interesting and delicious on some pasta. So those are those 2 cans. And there's some more of those cherry tomatoes in my quart jars. We have some more tomato sauce, a little rogue turkey stock, and then we have some pumpkins. Oh no, those are peaches. I know I have pumpkin over here somewhere. Right here. Some pumpkin canned up. This is a buttercup squash that needs to be eaten up. I'll probably make like a sweetbread with that. We have some chicken stock. And then the next shelf down is some more chicken stock in quart jars. We have plenty of that. And ooh, these are my favorite. These are the pickled beets. They turned out so delicious. I'm definitely going to be doing this again. And this is the flavor of the hamburger dills. They were so amazing. Here's some more of those pickles that I canned up this year. And these have to get eaten up. These are the chickpeas that I canned up. So I give these to my pups and I make some hummus with them. They're really good. Here are some cranberries that I canned up for to make cranberry juice. And then let's see the next one. So down here we have some butternut squash. We have a few of those. And then we have some pasta sauce, peach sauce. Oh, sorry, pasta sauce. And some more pasta sauce and turkey bone broth. And then we have our peaches. Some more of that pasta sauce that I canned this year. Some pumpkin for the chickens or the pups. Oh, Tiggy wants to help. And then we have more pasta sauce back here from this year. And another case of that. And on the bottom, let's see what we got. Ooh, this is the hot salsa that I made this year. Hot salsa with those really hot peppers I got from my Amish friends down the road. It is super hot, but they're amazing. So you can put them in a slow cooker meal and it'll totally tone down the fire levels. In here we have some, oh, these are the cowboy candy pickles. I can't wait to try these. And then we have some canned potatoes still. I have a few of those. And let's see, I have my ketchup in here. And then the last but not least is some of the applesauce that I canned up. That turned out amazing as well. So I got those back there. And that is the last of our jars. And over here we have my water glassed eggs. I have a few pumpkins left. I have soft white wheat berries, hard white wheat berries, and my flour that I keep in there as well. And right here are the spices and the medicinal herbs that I have harvested from my garden. So I have this purple cone flower. I make for immune boosting teas. And then I have some Heal All right here. A little rogue jar of pasta. And then I also have some elderflowers. And this is the basil that I harvested from my garden. And then I also have some oregano here. I don't know if you can see that. My oregano, I put on chicken and all kinds of different meats. And then let's see, I have my elderberries and another quart jar of purple coneflowers. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, we have plantain leaf. And then I have some lemon thyme. That's amazing. That's one of my favorites. It smells so wonderful. And then I dehydrated up some mushrooms as well, and I use that in different dishes. And those are what I got out of my garden, except for the mushrooms and the pasta, of course. But this is what I got out of my garden this year, so I'm super excited to have that on the shelf for this winter. This is a closet that we turned into a little pantry. We just store our excess canned goods, dry goods, and whatnot, peanut butter, and of course I have my canning lids in there. I have some extra chicken spice in here, some bouillon spice. I have some pineapples and vegetables. I also have some tea and some of my homemade vinegar. Some diced tomatoes and potatoes. I have breadcrumbs, steel cut oats and grits. Some tomato products that I saved. And I also have some beans, extra coffee and tea. And then a little bitty box of popcorn. And I also have some canned fish and pasta. I also have some extra shortening and cooking fat. And up here in the next shelf I have some extra peanut butter, a couple jars of jam, and I also have some generic hazelnut spread and some peaches and some soups. We keep our almonds in there, and then this is a second batch of beef tallow that I had made, so that'll come in handy. I also have some oatmeal and my gelatin Zint powder, some really old applesauce, some more cooking oil, extra canning lids I can all winter long. I have some pasta and quinoa, some tuna fish, another jar of peanut butter and oats, and a rogue jar of spaghetti sauce. And down here we have a container of like extra spices that I can use, some Paco crumbs. I also have some jars that need to be used up there from last year, and that is apple pie filling. And I also have corn cob stock, and that I can with peppers, so it's a little extra spicy. And over here I have some tomato paste, and I use that for pizzas and pasta sauce to thicken it up. And then we have some dried fruit, some dates, cranberries, raisins, some extra tea. I have little bags in there that I had opened the box and just put them all in one spot. I also have some cacao powder here. That's super tasty. We make hot cocoa from scratch. I have some oil, a little bit of cereal, and then we order sun butter online because it's a little cheaper that way. And then I also have some canned pumpkin to make pumpkin bread and dog treats. And then I also have these bags of chips. This is my hubby's favorite flavor, the kettle jalapeno chips. And then I have a whole bunch of garbanzo beans because I can those up all year long, but I like to can beans in the winter. Some more pasta and rice. And then we got a little thing of ginger ale and, of course, parchment paper. And that is the final pantry tour, and now we are going to move to the freezers. So this is our chest freezer that we keep in the living room. And it's the only one we have besides the one above the refrigerator. And I just organized this last night and I even defrosted it, so I'm excited about that. So we're just gonna do a little quick run through. I have some extra butter, and let's see, we got the canola that we just made, and we got some bagels that I've made. These are the onion cheddar ones. They're so good. And then we got a couple of sourdough loaves in here. I had to put them sideways because they're so fat. Let's see. Oh. Then we have some sliced peppers. And let's see, rhubarb. Let's see, that's the jam or jelly. Then we have some of the eggplant I got from the farmer's market. The apples I got from the apple orchard. I keep ginger slices in here because it lasts forever in the refrigerator. That's the pizza dough that I had made. And then these are the cinnamon rolls that I'm saving for my friend. Let's see. We have some sourdough buns, which I'm going to show you in today's video. And let's see. Those buns are from the book that I got for Christmas. And it was from farmhouseonboom.com. So if you want to go there to see the recipe, that'd be amazing. Some blueberries here. And then tortellini that have been opened up, so there's like one meal in there. I'm just gonna chuck everything and put it back. Veggies, cauliflower rice, okra, carrots, and then these are all let's see. Those are all the sumac that I have for tea. I have a tenderloin in here. Some frozen meat here, some hamburgers, some steak. And then, let's see what I have in here. Some more apples. Then over here, just little bits and bobs of opened bags. I got pepperoni. Pizza bites. I believe these are hot stickers. A little bit of sausage. Another little bag of sausage. We got fish sticks. We got some pork chops that are seasoned, some unseasoned pork chops. And then we have fish. We have bullhead. We have some more sumac down there. And then let's see. I believe we have a frozen turkey down there, all the way at the bottom. And some of that frozen pumpkin down there. And I think that is it. And then maybe a couple cans as well that didn't seal. I think they're over here. More of that sumac. And then there's cans that didn't seal, like pear jelly and whatnot. And I believe that's it. Oh, I think I have some hot dogs way down there in that bag. And then that's what we're working with that freezer. Now I gotta put it back together. So last but not least, this is my little freezer above my fridge. And I have a whole bunch of cans in here that didn't seal. This is my yeast. So I have some butter in here. So this is pasta sauce. I have an apple pie up here, some chicken bone broth, some more pasta sauce, and then chicken bone broth, and I believe This is a green tomato pie one. And then I have some more jars that didn't seal. I have some broth, a little bit of cheese in here, some more butter. Then I have some cans back there. I also, on the top shelf back here, I have some more jars. I also put in here the towel that I had canned. So this isn't gonna stay now. I'm scared to take it all apart because it's gonna fall apart. But I have that tallow back there. I have 9 cans on the bottom shelf back there. I have some chicken fat, and I have a turkey carcass here, and I have some scraps for making bone broth, some pumpkin, and then a couple more jars in there. And then back there I have like a few more jars of sauce and whatnot. I have a little package of hamburger. And then right over here I have my elderberries, which I'll be making elderberry syrup with. And I believe this is some cauliflower rice right here. So that's it for all my storage. I believe I have some flour stored right up here with my coffee and whatnot. So in those cabinets I have 2 bags of flour and 2 bags of sugar. I have some coffee and some confectionery sugar up there. But that is it. So this challenge is going to be such a blessing. We are going to get a bunch used up and ready for the next year. And I just wanted to thank Jessica over at the Three Rivers Homestead for hosting it. And now we're off to week 1. So on this night, I decided to make a lasagna. And I'm going to be using 2 quart jars of my homemade spaghetti sauce. And we're going to be using some ricotta cheese, and I'm going to be shredding up some mozzarella that I had in the freezer. So I'm going to put these 2 quart jars in my little slow cooker. Of course, a girl's got to have 2 sizes of slow cookers, a large one and a semi-small medium one, because not everything will fit in this little guy right here. So, and then I'm going to put some spices in here as well. I'm going to put some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and my secret ingredient, herbs de Provence. And I usually let this cook for about 4 to 6 hours, so it helps the hamburger get nice and tender. And it got a little splashy there, but I'll have to wipe the cabinets in a minute. It gets a little crazy in the kitchen sometimes, but it doesn't taste good unless it gets a little messy. There's a couple of sausages that I had left over from the night before, so we're going to be adding those as well, just for extra flavor. I totally love a sausage in my pasta sauce with hamburger, but I believe my favorite thing is meatballs, but this is what my husband likes, so I'm going to make it the way he likes it tonight. We're going to add about a pound of hamburger to that sauce, the 2 quarts of pasta sauce that we have. And then we're going to let it slow cook for about 4 to 6 hours. And then we'll come back to it, and then we'll assemble the lasagna. just finishing shredding the cheese. I got that all shredded up. And then we are going to assemble this lasagna. So I'm super excited for this challenge because I'm get to use my cookbooks and get inspiration from there. And then there's other people that are going to be doing this challenge as well. And I'm going to be definitely watching their videos and getting inspiration from them. So there's the hashtag Threeriverschallenge. And then you can just look up all the other wonderful families that are doing this challenge and then get inspired from them. And doing that little inventory that I did with the pantry tour and the freezer tours helps gauge at what I have and what I can use up in the pantry challenge. And then so I'm going to use my little Erin Condren planner, and then I'm going to write what we have down, just like a little quick list. I'm going to jot it down quick, and then we'll cross off all the things, and then we can get an idea of what we need to plant for next year or can up for the next year. I usually do winter canning, so I'm canning beans and meat and whatnot during the winter, and I'm still canning up my milk. And I bake bread every week, and we do our regular bagel bake, and then like little sweet treats or snacks in between then. So I like doing a weekly stock up of baked goods, and that definitely saves in the long run as well. And of course, one of the big reasons that this challenge is wonderful is that we save money. So I can't wait to see how much we actually save during this challenge. That'll be interesting and good to know as well. And this sauce smells so amazing. It reminds me of my grandma when she used to come over and make us spaghetti and meatballs. I miss her. When I make my videos every week for this challenge, I'll try to get at least 2 to 3 dinner ideas. I'd like to get a few desserts out there too. So I make my husband these beautiful little pastry puffs, and they are so amazing, and they have pudding inside and they have chocolate on top. They're really addicting. So one of these videos I will be making you those as well. And this will be good for leftovers. So we usually eat 3 or 4 days of leftovers, and then we get pretty sick of it. So we'll stick it in the freezer, or we will give some of it to the dogs. Probably not this because it has onion and garlic powder in it. Anything in the allium family for dogs is a big no-no. So we don't give our dogs garlic or onions or anything in that family of the allium plant. So these are the noodles that were oven ready. So I like to cook my noodles and have them ready, but I wanted to try these. They turned out pretty good, so I guess I could give them another try. But eventually I want to be making homemade pasta, so I do not have a pasta machine, so I'm gonna probably do it all from hand with my little actual rolling pin. That will actually be one of the gadgets I will be getting in the future, is a pasta machine. But that turned out so pretty, so I'm gonna pop this in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes, but I'm gonna check it in between. I wanna make sure it's nice and brown on top and the noodles are fairly cooked. And this is my orange vinegar that I'm making. So I have a little mother in there. It looks like a jellyfish, my husband said. And that's just a mother from another vinegar to help speed up the process of this turning into vinegar. And then I used well water, orange peels. I just kind of compiled them up as we ate them. And we're gonna stir this once a day for about 2 weeks. All the orange peels will fall to the bottom, and then I'll let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks at least, and then we're gonna strain it out. And then I like to let it sit for about 4 to 6 months after that. And then I'll use it for cleaning and whatnot. It is amazing, eco-friendly, and it's safe for the environment and safe to use for cleaning around all of my herd of animals. And that's how the lasagna turned out. It's still bubbling, so it's pretty hot. We're gonna let it cool for around 5 minutes, and I'll take some of the sourdough bread out, and then we will enjoy that with some sourdough slices. And this is the next day. I am just going to be roasting some carrots, and we're going to be roasting some potatoes. I'm going to use my herbs de Provence spice on this. So I've used this on roasting on vegetables, on my chicken, and on my Thanksgiving turkey. And I've actually used it on salads and sprinkled it on sandwiches. It is super delicious. I love this spice. But it turned out really good on the roasted potatoes. In here I put some olive oil. I also put salt and pepper and the herbs de Provence. And then I'm going to roast it at 375. And then I just watch it. I probably roasted it for about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm just canning up a little bit of that milk that I had on the last video. I like to can that up before it goes bad, and then it has a longer shelf life as well. I use it for my coffee creamer, and I use it for cooking. So I'm going to take some of that beef tallow that I rendered, and I'm going to be cooking the steak with that. And those are the roasted potatoes roasting away in my oven. And then we're going to get going on cooking that steak. And I just had marinated it in that Montreal steak season. And it's a salty spice, so I don't use that much in marinating, but it is super delicious when you marinate your meat before you cook it. And another secret to making a good steak as well is you're gonna put it in a little bag and just give it a little beat down, kind of tenderize it. And I usually do it with my rolling pin, or I ask my husband to go do it, and he does it outside on one of the chairs and kind of smashes it with a hammer. And it works pretty good. And I'm popping it in my cast iron pan, and then we're gonna get cooking that. I've always loved cooking. It is my passion, that and animals, and being outside, of course. I used to do ice fishing. I did bow hunting. I did rifle hunting. And that's where I've learned to dress out all my animals. I've packaged deer and I cut it up myself. And I've done dressing of my own chickens. So I've done that. So I've had a lot of experience with that already. And then deboning fish as well. So I've had experience with that. And I just love homesteading. It fits in our lifestyle very well. And it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's super rewarding. So I've always loved that. I was going to go to school for a culinary school, because when I moved out when I was really young, when I was 16, 17 years old, I was on a mission, and I was going to be a really good cook and do everything from scratch. And then I went to school to be a veterinary technician. So I'm actually a veterinary technologist. It is a 4-year degree, so I have my bachelor's in animal science. And I love animals so much. I love helping them, and I love teaching people how to take care of them. And it is my other big passion as well. So on this night, we are cooking warm sandwiches. I have this meat that I marinated in Montreal steak seasoning. And then I have some onions and peppers that I just added a little salt and pepper to. And I'm cooking it all in this beef towel that I rendered this year. So it's going to add layers of flavors. And then we're going to saute that up. And then I have buns rising. I am making sourdough hamburger buns that I got out of my new book, Daily Sourdough by Lisa Bass, over at the farmhouse on boone.com. And then she has a YouTube channel as well and a blog. And these buns turned out amazing. I can't wait to show you these. And you can find the recipe on her blog and on her website. And we're going to just fry up this meat. And again, I'm using some of the beef tallow. And it's going to add more flavor to it. And it's going to be super delicious. And it's all nice and brown now. And then we're going to get that on a plate. And then get this sandwich assembled. So I got a salad here as a side. It looks like I have radishes, carrots, I have green onions, then I have romaine lettuce and tomatoes. It looks like the buns are almost done. I think I put them in for like 2 to 3 more minutes. It's been 25 minutes, but they look a little light. So I'm thinking about 2 to 3 more minutes longer. I was in a crunch and I did it kind of like throughout the whole day. I let them rise and then I let them do the second rise. And I would have liked them to be more fluffy, but these will work just fine. And dinner is served. These are pretty tasty. I will be doing this recipe again for sure. But I look forward to this pantry challenge and sharing all of my ideas and getting inspiration from all the other wonderful families that are doing this challenge. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed week and we'll see you on the next video, friends. Bye.